HPL are the PvP live studios here in Frisco, Texas. I'm joined by Nathan, that's Admirable Zamora. I am the Tannen Grace, and it seems that we're having a problem, but all of Hearthstone's servers are having a little bit of a problem. You might be trying to play at home, and you're like, what's going on? I'm having the same problem HPL is.
Yeah, these guys are having trouble connecting to their actual accounts. Both of their internet connections are totally fine here, so we're actually going to probably take a short interview here with these guys, get some of their thoughts into what's going on in this matchup so far.
Mid-match interview, I like this idea.
This is great, man. Maybe we get some signs of how they're feeling about their pressure right now, or how smooth they're feeling in this one. So I'm going to get an update exactly who we're speaking to here. So Zalae is going to be the first one up. Zalae, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wow, up 2-0 over Greensheep right now, and seems to be having some Hearthstone issues. Talk to us about how you're feeling when you have this little bit of a lead here.
I'm feeling good, man. It's like a nice change of pace from my match yesterday against Dog.
Yeah, actually, that matchup against Dog, it seemed that he had gotten the better of you tonight, but it seems like you're getting the better of Greensheep here tonight. Did you prepare specifically for him, or are you just playing the strategies that you feel most comfortable with?
I do prepare for every opponent individually. It's a tough field. You have to do it.
All right, so now that you're up 2-0 in this match and you're playing against Greensheep, does your approach change at all when you're up 2-0? Do you just try to end it as quickly as possible, or do you play safe?
I'm trying to win a game. I'm just trying to get the highest percentage possible with every game. Okay, so I have a little bit more information than I did 2 games ago, based on how these 2 games went, but basically every game is the same in that I'm just trying to queue up with the deck that I think is most likely to win.
That's very much the mindset of a winner coming into this. You actually had a Magic Online Player of the Year as well. A lot of preparation comes into that sort of event as well. And so we've seen you play a lot of Grim Patron Warrior, and we've seen you play a lot of Hunter and Rogue. And Warlock has been sort of where you're branching out to next. Is there a 5th deck that you have in your back pocket that you've been kind of preparing for? Because it seems like you love to absolutely know everything about the class before you throw it into a competitive situation.
Right. There's some 5th classes. I have played more than those 4 classes in HPL, but I don't want to speak too much about what I'm going to play. I'll just say that I have other options.
Yeah, I can't blame you for not wanting to give away too much information. Zalae, thank you for your time here, and thank you for being patient with us. We look forward to seeing you play in the 3rd and maybe future games of this match.
Thanks.
So always wants to be as prepared as possible for his matches. You can see that just in his interview. Very calculated player, wants to make sure that he is absolutely at the mastery point before he kind of throws himself into a foray with something that maybe a lot of other players would be fine being more uncomfortable with and navigating situations that they don't know 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you're put in a situation where you're not sure what's going on, there's a chance that you're going to make a misstep somewhere, and you don't see that often from Zalae.
Yeah, and I mean that's pretty much him in a nutshell. Loves to play kind of these safe styles, but at the same time, really pushing that action in your face. Very aggressive in his approach, but also very calculated and reserved in his options with that. And so it sounds like we're gonna have some Greensheep on the line here too. Get some thoughts about how he's feeling about this match. Maybe he's handling the pressure very well. It's anyone's guess at this point. So we're gonna have a little bit of a moment with him as soon as we get him on the line. And I love the fact that he's been very aggressive and been very persistent with his strategies. Why isn't this working out for him very well? But it sounds like we have him right on the line here. Greensheep, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. A bit nasally here, but kind of dying, but I'm
I
okay,
feel so
guess.
bad for you right now. You sound terrible.
Yeah.
So talk to us about this match right now. You've been 0-2 in quite a few of your matches so far. It seems to be people are getting the better of you when you're choosing these aggressive strategies. How do you handle that sort of pressure and really look to turn these matches around?
Of course, it's not great being down 0-2, but I guess I just try to start fresh. Just think it's a best of 1. Just keep winning these best of 1s every time. So I just take out the 2-0 in mind. I just think it's a brand new game. Pretend it's a best of 1. Just go into it if I win this game, great. On to the next game. If I win the next game, great. And then we're tied at 2-2. So I just try to keep my mentality. I'm still in this. I can still win the game. It's not over until it's over.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great way to think about it. Now, something I really want to know, since you've been a little under the weather and you've been so sick today, were you able to prepare for this match and Zalae as much as you wanted to? And then if you did, what did you expect from him?
Well, I've actually played a load of Hearthstone over the past week. I'm still this is the last week of school, so I can't play as much as I want to, but next week hopefully I will play a lot more. But I managed to end the season at rank 18 16 on the Asia server. I got a few BlizzCon points there, and I also won a weekly tournament today. I got 10 more BlizzCon points. So I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone. Like, about Zalae, what I think he'll bring, like, I've watched a load of his matches, and he tends to like Patron Warrior a lot. He also likes Handlock, but I was a bit surprised to see Zoo coming from him. But I know that a lot of people have been using this like strategy where your opponent thinks you go Handlock, but you actually go Zoo to like get them off guard. So I wasn't 100% sure it was Handlock. I didn't think it would be Zoo, but apparently it was, which was quite surprising, but it happens.
Now, you said you've been playing a lot of Hearthstone lately. I've actually been following that on Twitter, and I saw that you were playing a lot of Grim Patron, but then you lost, I think it was 4 games in a row. It switched over to a Paladin deck and won 12 games in a row. I have to assume it's the really aggressive Paladin deck that we've seen become a little more popular lately. They say just beats all the bad hands, and can we expect to see that from you sometime soon in HPL?
Well, the aggressive Paladin is actually good against every single deck apart from Grim Patron, I feel. I think Grim Patron's the only deck that beats it, so I don't want to bring it against Zalae because I know he tends to favor the Grim Patron deck. But yeah, I could definitely use it in future matches that are coming up.
I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the opinions that you've been voicing on Twitter as well, kind of going on that notion. I know that you've been playing a little bit on the Asia servers and really racking up some wins there. Talk to us about your experiences over there and what you think of the competitive scene in that region.
Well, the Asia server is actually like really crazy. It's like mostly it's the Koreans. Like every Korean player I see, they just bring like such weird decks. Like every single deck that a Korean's played, when I played Patron, I've always either got Harrisoned or oozed every single time. And sometimes they even like run BGHs and Shadow Flames just to clear like patrons and stuff. It's like it just blows my mind because I normally don't play around these stuff in like decks such as Zoo and like aggro decks. They don't normally run a load of board clear, such as like the aggro Flame Waker Mage. We don't usually see Flame Strikes, but in like Asia they run like 2 Flame Strikes, and it just blows your mind because you don't play around these cards, but then they like use the cards, and then you're like, what just happened?
Do you ever get help from Kranich to help you out of there? Because you said that he probably plays in that server.
Well, Kranich himself is just like, shocked himself. Like he was the one who told me that the mages play like Flame Strikes. He was like, "Well, why do they play Flame Strikes in Flame Waker Mage?" And he gets angry a lot about how the Koreans like build their decks and how crazy they are, even though he does build a load of crazy decks himself.
He's known for it, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we've actually received word that the servers for Hearthstone are actually going to be down until about 9 p.m., so we're going to be postponing this match until a future point. So you actually get a little bit of a break here, maybe recover from what you're experiencing right now, put things back together, and maybe come back and put together your second reverse sweep here tonight.
Hopefully so.
Well, yeah, we're going to postpone that, and then thank you so much for your time, Greensheep, and I look forward to seeing you finish the rest of this match, and as well as the matches so far in HPL. So looking to tackle everything from his perspective, one game at a time. I really like the one step at a time approach. It's so important, I think, when you're kind of struggling through these rough patches. Don't look at the big picture and dwell on what's happened in the past. Just make sure that you're getting through it and working towards there. So that was sort of the word that we received. Servers are down at the moment, so players are unable to compete with what's going on. So this match is going to have to be postponed until a later time.
It seems like all of Hearthstone is actually kind of rooting for Greensheep here to give him a little bit of time to feel better. And they're like, you know what? Let's give the kid a reprieve. Let's turn the servers off so he can't play tonight. We can move his match later, let him be 100% and try to get this reverse sweep against Zalae.